Okay, side minor confession time. The emulator completely derped. As soon as I finished that last recording, it kind of just froze entirely when I stopped recording. I have no idea why. Maybe there was a clash with the two things, but it completely froze, and unfortunately that meant I lost the stuff because I was stupid and I didn't save it first. So I've had to redo the things. There's a change in the energy set as a result. I didn't get like 6 fighting, I instead got 3 fire and something else, but yeah. And then I had to get the pack back from Mason, and it's not Pinsir this time that's come out, it's freaking Chansey, so yeah. That's kind of how it goes. This Chansey is incredibly tanky. It's obviously 120 HP as a basic. That's just ridiculous. There's only one other card that has 120 HP, and that's Charizard. So it's pretty freaking beastly. It can block out damage with heads if you get 2 colorless on it, and it can do 80, but 80 to itself. For 4 colorless, that's kind of ridiculous, but you know, that is Chansey for you. It does mean I do not have Pokeball, however, so it's not all good news, really. Nidorino, we'll be seeing that later, so there's not much point in me talking about it just now, but yeah. Sorry about that, but that is kind of how it goes. Unfortunately, these things sometimes happen. I don't know, it's hopefully not gonna happen very often, but whatever. Gonna put it in instead of the Meowth, because the Meowth is kind of useless, and just gonna keep everything else the same at the moment. So, yeah, we have you to rematch. Even though technically it's going to be the first time I played her in this particular file because of losing last thing's data, but yeah, we are going to play her. This time I'm going to freaking win, and that is going to be that. At least that's the idea. I have very little to really start with, however. I do have Dog Trio, but I have no energy. I'm gonna put Rattata out because it has 0 retreat costs, so I can actually just go with whatever. That's the idea. So, coin toss, we still go second, which is still really annoying. Charmander at least won't be able to kill me on the first turn, that's kind of okay. She doesn't really evolve all that much. I think she does have some evolutions, but she doesn't tend to use them very much. So she's kind of weird. Machoke, that's not going to help because I don't have Chop. I guess I'm gonna have to put the energy on Magnemite because it works and hopefully get heads. Okay, good. Right, so we can start stalling a little bit with this Thunder Wave over here. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to kill her with it, but yeah, if I don't, she's gonna be able to really hurt. And that's not good. Now I have Machop. I need energy game. Freaking hell. At least I'm getting heads on the paralysis though, so maybe I stand half a chance of this, providing she doesn't evolve. If she gets she has psychic types as well. Does she have every single type in her deck or something? This is just retarded. Seriously, dude, have some focus in your deck, will you? Why I'm getting heads every turn this time? That's hilarious, actually. It's not usual for me to do that. She does have another Charmander that's getting built up though. I'm not a fan of that, but I now have the ability to level up on Machop. Thing is, Machop is kind of psychic weak, so Jinx can take that, but then, yeah, looking at what she's got, it's probably for the better that I do that. Now I get Tails, so she is going to get 1 hit on me. I don't think the AI in this game will use Ember, but I might be mistaken because she has a freaking plus power, so she is gonna Ember and 1 hit kill me. Fantastic game. Jeez. Wow, that's fail. I guess I'm just gonna throw in Rattata because it's got 0 retreat, so I'm gonna retreat to something else, I think. It was mostly seeing what I was gonna draw just in case, and yeah, it's probably best to put in Machop at this point, so let's just go ahead and do that. And yeah, there is a fire energy. I guess that is useful. I would have hoped it would be useful. She has Weedle as well. I guess she is obviously a grass player, so she is supposed to focus on grass types at least a tiny bit. What am I gonna do? Fire energy, I guess that can go on Ponyta, because then I can at least kill stuff with Ponyta afterwards, I don't know. I want to get another fighting energy. If I get another fighting energy, Machoke is gonna wreck face here, but I really need that energy first. So, come on game. Computer search. Okay, that can actually get me the fighting energy. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll go discarding Charizard and Dogtrio. And Computer Search lets you get any one card you want out of your deck. So I'm going to take the fighting energy, I'm going to use the potion to heal up Machop, and then we are going to evolve into Machoke. Machoke has a rather large damage on that Karate Chop, but it does less damage for every damage counter on you, which is why I used the potion just now, so that it can do the full 50 damage. And then for 60 it can do submission 4 energy, but it does 20 to itself. So it kind of hurts itself a lot as well, but it can do a lot of damage, and that's pretty much going to one-hit kill everything that she has now. So yeah, that is how it goes. Call for family doesn't really bother me. I could just go with the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with submission. It's 4 energy for that. 60 damage will one-hit KO this. 20 to myself is okay because I have 80 HP, so I can tank it. And Jinx is the last thing that will come out. She doesn't have any energy for it, however, so that's fine. It's a good job she doesn't have energy for it, because it has my weakness, which I would have not liked to play. But anyway, Karate Chop's only going to do 30 damage this time, as you can see, but that's okay, because I can still submission it next turn, and yeah. Energy Surge doesn't matter at this point, simply because I can submission next turn, and even if she flipped double heads, it would have only done 40 damage at most, so yeah. Basically, she plays some strange form of low evolution deck which runs every single type of Pokemon ever, and I don't know, it's pretty ineffective if you ask me, but that's just my opinion, I guess. But the last prize was taken, and we have been victorious this time, which is really good. Didn't even use the Chansey of the difference there, or the Pokeballs, so whatever. We get ourselves booster packs. You always get 2 boosters of the same type from the person that you beat. And it's always the same boosters as well, so if I wanted to get mystery packs I could play her. We get ourselves a Nidoqueen. That's interesting. Not very useful right now, but could be later on. Nidoqueen does more damage for every Nidoking that you've got in play, but it's kinda hard to use that. And then a flat 50, it's decent. Not the best ever, but decent. We've also got ourselves Executor, which is really good. We're going to be seeing that later on as well. It's basically the number of energy that you've got on it for every heads that you flip. Based on that, you get damage out. It's potentially the biggest damager of the game, but you need a lot of luck to get that to work. But you can still get quite a bit out of it, so it's good. This Flareon, it's one of the Game Boy series. It's just flat colorless energy using. It's expensive, but it can do quite a bit of damage, and it's good in particular decks that have weakness to grass types, because Flareon can deal with that quite nicely. Mysterious Fossil and Omanyte, we might see those at some point. I don't know if I'm actually going to use them myself, but we'll see. Oh, maybe I will, because we just got a freaking Aerodactyl, man. Aerodactyl is a very odd card. It's a very dangerous card as well, because it blocks out all evolution Pokemon. It's an evolution Pokemon itself, so that's kind of ironic, but it's an ironic card all round actually, because it's a fighting type and it has a resistance to fighting because it's part flying. It's pretty hilarious when you think about it. But yeah, it stops all evolution cards being played, and then it does a flat 30 damage for free energy. The disadvantage is that it has to evolve from Mysterious Fossil, and Mysterious Fossil is very, very hard to get out in this game. So that kind of sucks. Nidorina is okay, I suppose, we'll see that later. Another Game Boy card of the Evolution set, Jolteon. It's the one I use the most often because it tends to be the best one for the decks that I use, but it still takes a lot of energy though. So double colorless is kind of needed, and that's what we have here. You're only allowed to play 4 of this in a deck because it's not a basic energy card, and so you can't search it out with energy search either, but you get 2 basic energies out of it. Can't use it for fire, lightning, that sort of energy cost, but yeah. Energy removal is a really annoying trainer card actually, probably gonna play that just because it's there, and yeah, that is what we got. So, what else can we do? We can talk, really love Joho, daddy daddy da, nobody cares. You, only girls, daddy da, not really caring. You, on the other hand, are kind of important in a way because you have some trades, and trades are there. We're going to trade away that Oddish, and we're going to get ourselves a Vileplume. It's kind of pointless because you really need the Oddish to play Vileplume, but whatever. Vileplume is probably something we'll see as well. I know a couple of the trainers in here use it. It can, if you get heads, you can heal 1 damage counter from something, which is kind of useless, but at the same time it's there. Its Petal Dance is very powerful, 40 damage per head, and you flip 3 coins. For 3 energy in this day and age, that's really not terrible at all. The problem is it confuses itself afterwards, and it only has 80 HP. So, it's something I've always wanted to try and use because it's very high damaging, but yeah, not that great. Anyway, let's change the deck around a little bit because I did get a couple of cards. I got Vulpix, but I didn't get Ninetales, so there's no point in playing that. I did get myself another Magmar. I could probably play that instead of Ponyta. But then at the same time, Ponyta can use colorless energy, Magmar kind of can't. I don't think there's much point in playing that at the moment, but maybe in a little bit. Did I get fighting cards? I got nothing really for fighting. That's unfortunate. I did, however, get Meowth, which I could use, but without Persian, Meowth is kind of pointless. I guess there's not really that much that I can change at the moment. There's stuff I want to use, but until I get more stuff, there's not really a whole lot of scope to use it. I mean, I don't even have the grass energy, I don't think. No, I've only got 4 grass energy, so I can't really use a grass deck yet. And here, well, I got another one of those I could use, but that takes up specific energy. Ah, what the hell, we might as well take out the Zapdos, because Zapdos takes up 4 energy, which is ridiculous, and there's just no way I'm going to get to use that, so ain't going to be too fussed about that. Full heal, not going to be bothering changing that. I would normally take out Machoke, but considering it was really useful in the last game, I don't know. I'm going to take out Diglett Dugtrio, however, because they are grass weak and are therefore going to screw me over if I keep them in. So, yeah. And I don't really have a lot else to do. I guess I'm going to put in the Magmar and I'm going to put in more energy for it. I don't know, we'll put that down to 4 fighting. Yeah, 4 fighting's probably okay, and then just put that. Because I did put the energy removal in, that is fine. And we are going to roll with that. So, the other person to play is you. Kristan is the other person I want to play. And she is a pure grass player. She's about the only pure grass player in this, apart from the leader. So, yeah, it's kind of funny how that works. But, yeah, we start with a Rattata and a Charmander. Once again, gonna go Rattata because it has 0 retreat cost. And that helps. It also helps in case she would happen to go first and paralyze it. It would not be so bad. But because she has a Tangler out, I'm going to just switch straight out into Charmander and just keep wail on this. Because this particular Tangler takes 2 energy to attack, and that's actually the only card she has, is Tanglers. So that's kind of cool for me. It does a lot of damage once it gets up, but the fact that it takes 2 energy to attack is not overly special. The fact that I only have 1 fire energy, however, is not good either, but I guess it's because I've already attached 1. So that's fine, we'll scratch it. Weakness will make that do 20 damage, and that's good. She's still going to attach an energy to it though, and I guess there's not much else she can really do. And this is going to be a very, very quick game, because unless she plays another basic down next turn, this is going to be game over. Because Ember can one-hit kill this. So yeah, she's not got a Pokemon to play. Well then, I'm not even going to try and drag this one out, because I'll just show the match again. Because there's really not much point. I'm going to get more packs out of this anyway, and there is Chansey. Whatever. That was really kind of annoying, actually, having to restart the thing, so I ended up getting the cards differently. I would have liked to have kept what I had before, but I guess Chansey is good enough. Anyway, evolution packs. These are the second ones that you can get. We got ourselves a Beedrill. That's not terrible, actually. Beedrill, it's best in a pure grass deck because Poison Sting is clearly the better thing to do, but 2 coins, 30 per heads, 3 energy, not really that good. Poison Sting, 40 damage for 3 energy with a poison chance, that's a bit better. It's not that strong, but it does have a fighting resistance and no retreat cost, so it is pretty good. Likewise, this also has a fighting resistance and no retreat cost, but it's not as good because it takes more energy to do stuff. Whirlwind is good disruption, however, but the opponent gets to choose what comes out, so it's not overly great. Mega Drain, 40 damage, and it heals half of what it does. It's a bit inefficient, but still not the worst card ever. The problem is it needs pretty much a pure grass deck to run, so I don't tend to use it at all. That Haunter, completely rubbish. It can put the opponent to sleep, yay, but to do damage they have to still be asleep, and sleep is not easy to keep on the field, so not a great card at the moment. Krabby is quite good because it can search itself out, so can Bellsprout, so these two are good. Jigglypuff, if you get heads, it will take a random Pokemon out of your deck and put it on the bench, which is very good. Well, I guess it depends on the deck type, but it's nice because you can get more cards out, but you do need to flip heads for it, so yeah. And then the second one, we are going to get Venusaur. Holy freaking crap, we got a Venusaur right from the word go. That is amazing, seriously. Lucky didn't get a single Venusaur in his entire thing, and I've gotten one right from the word go. That is awesome, and I approve. Venusaur, probably the middle-powered starter. I actually consider Charizard the weakest one, despite it doing the most damage, but there's good reasons for that. Anyway, it lets you switch your grass energy around on your side. It's very, very good that way. It's a bit expensive in attack power. 4 of the same energy type is pretty hefty, but then its energy trance can let you switch them around. You can do so many cool tricks with that, it's awesome. Super Potion, it's a stronger potion, but it does force you to discard an energy. 40 damage heal is good though, so that can be nice. And yeah, that is, I guess, just about it from here. We've got Weeping Bell. Weeping Bell is pretty good. It's kind of like Seeking, but and basic attack can do poison as well, which is nice. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So, because she took so little to beat, I am actually going to play her again, and hopefully she'll show her deck off a bit more. Or at least I won't just kill her straight up. I don't know. All energy in my starting hand, that's kinda hilarious to be honest. Like, seriously, that's just typical. Anyway, we have ourselves a Charmander again. Really, Charmander? Really? You're gonna do this? Well, we might not get to show her off very well after all then, because yeah, it seems like Charmander is just determined to wreck face. However, she does have an Oddish, and that thing is annoying as all hell. It can paralyze the opponent, which sucks. And then, yeah, you can also get more Oddish out of the deck. yay, I suppose. I don't know. I do have energy removal, which is okay. And going first, I can scratch the living hell out of this thing. Going first doesn't matter that much this time, but it is still there. Ah, damn it, paralysis! She is really freaking good at getting heads on paralyzing attacks for some reason. It takes ages to get around her sometimes. Do I want to energy removal it? I kind of do, but at the same time I don't, so I'm not going to. I might do later if she needs... Oh, Bulbasaur as well. Yeah, now she's going to start showing the deck off a little bit more, I guess. And she flips heads again. I swear, if she kills me with the freaking Oddish, then that will be the worst thing ever, because I can't do anything about it right now. Because I don't have any Pokemon, I don't have any way of searching any out. This is just bad days, seriously. Oh my god! Ah! 3 heads in a row, are you serious? Ah! This is the worst thing ever, and I can't do anything with it. Because this is the problem with the start of the game. If you don't have luck, you're completely screwed. And yeah, she's not paralyzed me this turn, but it's too little too late. If I don't draw a Pokemon, I'm screwed. But I do get Magmar, so... thank God for that, I suppose. What did she put energy on? Only Tangler. Well, that's okay, because Magmar Fire Punch can one-hit KO that, so I'm fine with that. Wow, that was way too close. Seriously. It's not quite over yet, but it might as well be, because although she's got more Pokemon down, every single one of them is weak to fire. So, pretty much game over is the idea here. She has nothing that can really stop me at this point. Because yeah, I can just put the energy down, and you can see I have enough that I could use Flamethrower if needed, but I honestly don't need to, because everything is weak to fire, so a flat 60 damage is what I'm going to do every time. So yeah, that's kind of game over. Well, maybe not, because she's got Lickitung, and Lickitung is annoying as all hell. This thing does nothing because she didn't put the energy on it, and that's really dumb of her, because now I get the chance to actually do some damage. Great, thanks Charmeleon, you're a bit late to the party, dude. Basically, Lickitung has a massive annoying stalling tendency, because it does the paralysis thing. It's basically Stun Spore, but of any energy type. It has 90 HP, so it's quite tough to take down. Supersonic if you get heads or confused, but that's nothing compared to 10 damage of paralysis, so don't even bother using it. And yeah, it just stalls the living hell out of everything. Thankfully, if I use Flamethrower 2 turns in a row, then I will 2-hit KO it. And yeah, she's going to be able to do that. I'm going to energy removal it next turn because she's paralyzed me, and I'm also not going to attach an energy until I can attack, because it would be kind of pointless if I draw another Pokemon to, yeah, lose the energy, and I only need to attach one more energy anyway, so that's kind of there. Trader, this is one card I really want, and that's what I'm going to be quote-unquote grinding for after this particular thing. I'm going to try and get a lot of these because they are very important. She doesn't have any more energy, that is good. Energy removal sometimes does screw the opponent up royally, and thankfully it has done this time, so I can Flamethrower, get the knockout. It's not quite over yet because I still got to take one more prize, but that was the only thing that could truly stop me. So I am pretty well safe at this point, because this is going to die in a single Fire Punch, and that is game over. So yeah, there we go. It did show her deck off a little bit more. She's got obviously the evolutions to go with as well. She does play Venusaur, and that is nice, I guess. But that's pretty much it. So, here is going to be how I am going to get the cards which I want. And yeah, this is going to be pretty bad, but I'm going to write the state there. And the thing is, if you were to save state right now, the cards are fixed. But if you save state before you exit the duel, the cards get randomized again. So here we got Jolteon, we got Rapidash. That's pretty freaking great because Rapidash is good in this game. It's a bit low in damage, but yeah, agility can stop you from taking any damage next turn, so it's pretty freaking awesome. And I need to cough pretty soon, that's kind of annoying, but we'll hold it out just now. Gust of Wind. Gust of Wind is a very, very good card, which I'm going to try and play 2 of at most times when I get them. It forces the opponent to switch, and you choose what they switch to. So it's a fantastic card. I believe it's now Pokemon Catcher in the actual TCG. But yeah, EV, yeah, Quick Attack, Tail Wear, not much to say. And the other card we will get is Victory Bell, which is actually very, very terrible, but I guess I'll probably play it at some point anyway. It's not as good as Weeping Bell, that's the thing. It only adds 10 HP, it adds an extra retreat cost. Lure is alright, I guess. For a Grass Energy, you choose what the opponent has on the field. But even so, that in itself is not too good because it ends your turn. That should have been a Pokemon Power rather than an attack. And then Acid, it does less damage than Weeping Bell's Razor Leaf, only does 20 damage, and if you get heads it stops them retreating. Big freaking whoop. It should have just auto-poisoned, then it would have actually been okay, but nah. Another Rapidash, however, that's good. Energy Search, this is another one I'll probably play a couple of because searching your deck for energy is pretty good. Good deck fitting and stuff. Another Gust of Wind, so I've got a lot of changes I can make next time. Also got a couple EVs, so yeah. But yeah, what I'm basically going to do now, I'm going to keep those packs because that's pretty good, but right states, can't talk. Right, state 2, if I load up state 1 from here, then you will see with the packs, they are actually different. This time we get Gengar. And that is pretty much how I'm going to do things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this whole save load state thing until I get the particular rares which I want out of the sets. I'm not going to bother too much about what other cards I get. I'm going to focus entirely on the rares which I want. One of which is Pokemon Trader, because Pokemon Trader is a rare in this game and you do need them in order to actually make not entirely luck-based decks. So yeah, we're going to go with that. Gonna try and get 4 of them before I do any more recording, and I'll pretty much show what else I get afterwards. I'm not going to show the actual pack opening because that could take absolutely ages and I don't want to do that, but I will show like the extra cards that I get at the start of next video. I'll also remake my deck a little bit for the next video because I've gotten some more stuff that I can use now. So yeah, the next one is going to be a lot quicker and I'm going to actually have a much better setup for it. So yeah. So anyway, we go back to state 2 because this is the one we had before. I got a Jolteon as well, I guess I should show that off. This one here is the Jungle Jolteon, it's like the actual Jolteon in the thing. Quick Attack is okay if you get heads, it's terrible if you get tails. And then Pin Missile, 4 heads, 20 damage per. It's a finicky card, but it can do a lot of damage for a stage 1, so it's not terrible. And that's pretty much my evaluation of that. So anyway, this has been gamercal playing the Pokemon trading card game, and join me next time when I will have other stuff done and a new deck to go with, which will hopefully be better than what I've been playing at the moment, because that's the last I want to play of pure luck-based deck stuff. So yeah, see you guys next time.